Buenos dias, all. RGT85 here. Hope everyone's having a great day. And we have a couple stories I want to talk about today on the channel, including a bizarre one with God of War. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell notification as well. It's my birthday on Monday. Just do all that crap for me. Just hit subscribe, like it, share it, hit the bell. That's all I ask. I don't need anything else. But without any further ado, let's talk about what's going on in the world of video games. And there's a bizarre situation happening with God of War. Now, I understand being impatient. I'm an impatient person by nature. I want it now. I want to know everything about it. But sometimes you gotta have a little patience. As you become an adult and get older, you start to realize that. And evidently, long story short, there was supposed to be a God of War presentation, according to industry insiders, on June 30th. That time came and went, and there was no presentation. So now everyone's like, oh, God of War's delayed. God of War's not coming out in 2022. There's no Ragnarok this year. And Cory Barlog went on the internet and said, hey, calm yourself. Everything's cool with the game. Everything is fine. Nothing is going wrong. But evidently, that's not enough for some people. All right, they need to get a little crazy, get a little wild. Let's look at this tweet that happened here, shall we? So this is a cinematics producer of God of War who evidently got some phallus pics sent to her for the release date, and Cory wasn't too happy about that, as you can see here. Some choice language, some choice cuts here. And I mean, I can understand why. Like, first off, you're probably not even sending yours. I mean, let's keep it a buck here. You're probably sending one off the internet, but it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? How is this normal behavior for not getting a leaked release date or of a presentation that was never even confirmed to be happening in the first place? Cory then commented on the fact that people were blaming the snitch and Jason Schreier for this. If they didn't leak that there was going to be a reveal on June 30th, then people wouldn't have unrealistic expectations. Cory said, no, don't do that. You know, it's whatever. Just be a decent human being. And I think that's what you have to take away from all of this. Now, if you want to blame Jason Schreier, I say go right ahead. I don't like him. He doesn't like me because he blocked me. So go right ahead. You want to blame him, be my guest. But on a serious note, it's like, be normal. Be a normal human being. Like, they'll talk about it when they're ready to talk about it. You don't know what Nintendo's doing for the second half of the year with first-party titles. You don't know what Sony is doing with God of War. We'll get the information when we get it. It's cool to speculate. It's cool to be hyped about it. But don't be a weirdo. Don't be a weirdo. All right, before we get into the next bit of news here, I want to give a huge thank you to Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's video. And what is Bespoke Post? I had a feeling you were going to ask that. Bespoke Post is a dope membership club delivering awesome boxes of top shelf goods from under the radar brands. It's free to join and you can skip a month or cancel at any time. Instead of getting a bunch of random crap that other membership programs offer you, Bespoke Post has cool stuff like outdoor gear, kitchen stuff, clothing, all sorts of stuff that everyone always needs and uses. Each box contains about $70 worth of stuff, but will only cost you a fraction of the price. Plus, you can preview the upcoming box before it ships out, and you can keep it, swap it, or just skip the month if you're not super interested in what it has. I got two different boxes to show you guys here, the Stealth and the Weekender. The Stealth box comes with a ton of awesome stuff, including a super sharp pocket knife, a god tier pen that's like a stylus, a pen, a screwdriver, a ruler, and a flat surface detector all in one, a super durable money clip, and a key holder. With my new Stealth knife, I'm now opening up the Weekender box, which gives you a tote bag that you can use for anything, but this one actually looks cool, with freaking leather on the handle for maximum quality. So to get 20% off your first box, click the link in the description box down below and enter RGT20 at checkout, or go to bespokepost.com/RGT20 to help support the brands that support me. And a huge thank you to Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's video. And finally, speaking of impatient video game fans, let's talk about Nintendo here. There's a lot of impatient video game fans when it comes to Nintendo right now. Where's the Direct? What's happening with these games? And I'm guilty of it. I'm obviously guilty of it, but I'm not sending wiener pictures to Doug Bowser yet. Could happen. No, but on a serious note, obviously there's a lot of questions going on with Nintendo. What are they doing? Is there new hardware involved? Blah, blah, blah. Well, Nintendo announced a new subscription service for the Nintendo Switch that has a lot of people confused, and I could kind of see why. Now, right now, this is just Japan only, but it's definitely a bit telling because of something that has been kind of looming over Nintendo's head for quite a while now. So let's get into this bit of information. So Nintendo has launched something called the Wide Care Service for $15 a year or 12 pounds. We're reading it off of Video Games Chronicles, whatever. I don't know why we have to talk about MVG money in this, but it's 15 bucks a year. And basically what this does is you can get different sorts of things done on your Nintendo Switch if something goes wrong with it. So kind of like an extended warranty. It covers the Switch Lite consoles, the Joy-Con controllers, the dock, and AC adapters. Now, I think on the surface level, like, this is kind of cool. You know, obviously not everyone is going to want an extended warranty, but you know, some people will want it, especially if you got like little kids and stuff, you know, touching on your systems, throwing them on the ground and stuff, dropping them and stuff. So I understand this from that sort of perspective. You know, it's not a bad thing to offer, but there's this thing I like to call optics. And when it comes to the optics of the Nintendo Switch, I mean, there's kind of a little bit of a problem that people have been talking about for many years: Joy-Con drift. Now, obviously, Nintendo is getting sued by lots of people, consumer advocacy agencies, and all this stuff. People are trying to take them to court over the Joy-Con drift situation, and Nintendo has addressed it themselves on different levels. There was a whole thing where, oh, well, if you're having problems with your Joy-Cons, send them in, we'll fix them for you, blah, blah, blah. Me, myself, I've experienced Joy-Con drift on at least 2 different sets of Joy-Cons, so I don't really use them all that much. I'll just use a Pro controller, or honestly just use something that's cheaper, because I don't want to experience that. But when you have so many lawsuits coming at you and consumer advocacy agencies coming at you because you didn't really do anything with the Joy-Cons as far as a, you know, substantial thing, as far as, you know, actually fixing them and making them so it doesn't happen with the stupid things, but instead you offered this subscription service where it's like, hey, you know what? If something goes wrong with your Switch, you can get up to 6 repairs with this during a calendar year for the $15. You could trade in your Joy-Con 6 different times if it comes down to it, and it's kind of like, huh. You know, I don't hate the idea. I don't hate the idea of an extended warranty. I think extended warranties can be a very good thing, especially when you're talking about, you know, expensive purchases. It's obviously in this economy, $300, you know, it's a lot of freaking money to spend on just some sort of entertainment. But the problem lies with the fact that you have this looming issue with your system to where the Joy-Cons are problematic, and sort of to optics wise, it looks like instead of just trying to actually fix it, you're just offering this service. Now, there is no word on whether or not this will be done worldwide, but I think it would make sense. I mean, obviously there's enough problems out there with Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons to where people will want to send this in, but even just sort of beyond that, like if you drop your Switch on the ground or something and you crack your screen, like then you can actually just get it repaired and have a new screen instead of having to buy a whole brand new system. So I think the execution of it is decent. I think that the price point is definitely very reasonable as well. It's just the optics of the situation, and that's why so many people are like, well, wait a second. What is this? Why are you doing this? Just fix the damn Joy-Con. But who knows? Maybe they'll do something with the Joy-Cons on the next Switch system. But much like Sony, we don't know what the hell Nintendo's doing. But hey, we know one thing. They're making a new subscription service for you to give them more money for their faulty products. I'm just calling it like it is. I'm just calling it like it is. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. It is what it is. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to give me your feedback in the comments section down below. What do you think about God of War and Penisgate? I guess that's what we'll call it, with God of War and how that's shaping up. Do you think it's going to be a 2022 release, or is it slipping indeed into 2023, even though Corey is saying it's a 2022 game? Do we believe him? Do we not believe him? I mean, you know, stuff can happen. What do you think about the optics of this Switch subscription service? The what is it called? The Wide Care service. What do you think about Wide Care? Is this a good idea for Nintendo? Is this good optics for the company? Or should they just try to address the Switch Joy-Con issues and actually fix them, which they can't seem to really do? And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell notification as well. Huge thank you to Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's video. I've honestly used that knife and that pen so many times since making this video. Like, it's crazy how cool, how much I love that pen. Like, it's the ultimate stealth thing. Check out the link in the description box down below or in the pinned comment. Help support me by supporting the channels and brands that support me as well. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.